why would Conor ever come back and fight?
I don't think he will. I mean, I think this is reinforcing what I thought when he first took the fight. I sort of changed my mind because I heard all these reports that he was headed back to the UFC, but it's not just the money. I mean, the money plays a big role in this. Obviously, you take that sort of payday because it can set you up going forward, pay off any previous debts, and then some, you would hope. But it's also the spectacle of it. And now, he acquitted himself a little bit better in the ring against Mayweather than I thought he would. But initially, I thought, okay, he's taking this fight. He is seeing how much of a payday is worth a guaranteed L and an L for his reputation. So when you factor in money, when you factor in just how big a spectacle that was and where it put him versus what he would be returning to and how thankless that might seem, it's difficult to see the hunger there.
Well, here's the thing. He's never going to get a boxing match nor an MMA match that's ever going to pay him what the Mayweather fight paid him. So he's already reached to the top there. I don't know how many times I feel like I used the word golden parachute out of fighting as Conor was leading up to this. And that's what I always thought that it was. What he's done in the UFC is absolutely commendable. He's the first fighter ever to hold a belt in 2 different weight classes. He did it. His legacy in the UFC is already set. As I said, he's never going to get a better boxing match, a more lucrative boxing match than Mayweather, and he would really risk getting touched up by somebody if he goes in with a really serious fighter, not Mayweather, who is such a counterpuncher. Not that he wasn't serious, just a counterpuncher. One more thing, I actually watched the Notorious movie, Conor McGregor's movie. It's basically one long PR stunt for Conor, but one thing about it really stood out to me, which was how difficult it was for him to cut weight down to lightweight. You know, he's walking around at 170 pounds, welterweight. He had to get down to 155. I mean, watching him do that was brutal. And I thought to myself, watching that documentary at that moment, he's never going to fight again, at least at that weight, because it looks just too brutal.
What's the upside, right? I mean, he could take a loss to his record. He could take a loss to his reputation. You know, as you get older, it's tougher to fight anyway. And people remember memes. I mean, Manny Pacquiao laying down face first, right? You don't want that to be what you're remembered for, when right now his overall sort of brand as a fighter is still positive and strong.
Street cred is high for sure.